Hello and welcome to the latest instalment of our Road to Cheltenham show. Yes, 3 weeks and counting tomorrow. We'll be looking ahead to the greatest show on turf. We cannot wait. It is edging ever closer. As always, John Ross is going to join us for the next 20 to 25 minutes or so. And also, we've got Tanya Stevenson. Now, 12 months ago, Tanya had Heaven Help Us in the Coral Cup at 33 to 1. So hopefully we get some more big prices off you this year.
Pressure's on, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I noticed that Heaven Help Us, she may go for the mares, but the pressure's on. But there's plenty more talent out there, plenty more opportunities, and I just can't wait.
Cannot wait at all. So I'm going to review what happened at the weekend, just gone at Ascot, Aintree and at Gowran Park. We'll look into the 3 Novice Chases as well in quick succession. And of course we'll have our charity bets as well, and we'll see who's got a better portfolio according to Tanya.
Yeah, I'm going to mediate, or I'm going to pick it out.
Yeah, well, no, it'll be me, because you're still backing champ, are you, at this point? I think you're backing that off a cliff at the minute. But Tanya, as you know, the lady for the stats. Yeah. Always been a fan of Tanya's stats. So.
Yeah, well, I see statistically who's going to win.
Yeah,
you two.
No, I think it would be.
Yeah. Or shall I pitch in some of my own?
No.
No, come on, what we're going to look at.
Right, market movers first of all. Let's have a look at the market movers from over the weekend. 3 big winners. We talk about the champion hurdle because Teahupoo, very, very impressive at Gowran Park. So 10 to 1 from 16 to 1 for Gordon Elliott for Teahupoo. Can he serve it up to Honeysuckle? Does he know? Impressive in the Reynolds Town. He's 6 to 1 from 10 to 1 for the Ultimate. He's also back for the National Hunt Chase as well. And Hillcrest, 6 to 1 from 12 to 1 for the Albert Bartlett after winning the race of the same name at Haydock over the weekend. But what we're going to focus on first is the what happened in the Ascot Chase and look ahead towards the Ryanair, because Fakir clipped to 10s after winning that. It was a gruelling contest though, Tanya. Has he left his Cheltenham behind already? I
sense that you do when you're kind of running in that particular race, but then he was poaching a very good race, poaching another grade 1 and coming over, seeing that there was weaknesses in that chase. And was there weaknesses? Because we've seen a new huge talent to the fore and 2 for gold. But when you look through the stats, you said you like my stats. It's not really a race that produces a subsequent Cheltenham Festival winner. You look at other meetings, you look at Aintree for this race, and Fakir, not to say that it's not going to run well in his Cheltenham, but in the ground, it's not often you see that deep at Ascot, is it? So I just sense that he has left Cheltenham behind. And
it kind of affirmed the Irish dominance, didn't it? And talking of Ryanair chances, your mate Melon pops up at Gowran as well.
The best 2 to 5 shot you could ever have seen. 2 to 5, drop down to a grade 2. Was it Potter's, what's its face, at the beaten second. We'll talk about Melon later on, but I mean, it's not on the market movers. We put it up last week when you weren't here, 25, which was still a little bit stingy.
It's 14s now.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Got the value, haven't you?
I've got the value. I've got the value. That's what it's all about.
Doesn't pay the bills out. But right, seriously though, Allaho will probably win the Ryanair, but these 2 chances of getting the frame behind him.
Well, if you just have a look, I was going through the Ryanair, and there's probably 10 out of the first 12 that ain't going to go.
Exactly.
I don't know if you thought about this as well. You're going through and you look at them and you go, well, that's going somewhere else. That's not going to go. That's not going to go. Aprutar's not going to go. What, second, third favourite, something like that. Emergamin, not going to go. Tornado Fly's not going to go. And you're going down. You're going, well, Melon at 25 last week, he'll probably end up second favourite.
Gives one of your big race fancies, your long range.
Franco de Port, because I did exactly what you have done. We've scoured through and say not go, not go, not go. And the reason with Franco de Port, he threw out his ability up until the Thyestes last time out, but he came to Cheltenham in previous years, and it's just been a bit fragile with his jumping. But last time out, the jumping came to the fore as it happened, and he gave Longhouse Poet a good race, and everyone's raving about Longhouse Poet, quite rightly, with the Grand National. But Franco de Port has got enough ability in itself, and that was once again the scenario of not the fact that, oh my goodness, you're picking a 33's chance, but you got value because once you've crossed,
you're pricing something like that 5 or 6 on the day or whatever it is.
Well, it might be 20s, might be 16s, but he's not 33. No, he's 33 with all those horses within the race.
Right, so Franco de Port pick for fancy for Tanya, a big price certainly to the frame, and obviously Joel sticking with Melon.
Do you know what? Honestly, mate, that Cheltenham form, what is it? 2-2-2-2-2-2-2 pulled up. I mean, you know, come on.
That's what it stood for.
Thought that Melon may have a chance in the Nationals, so that
is
a means to an end, isn't it?
I backed it. I think it's Wednesday night, Wolverhampton, 5 furlong sprint.
There you go.
Move on to the Champion Hill then, because we saw arguably one of the biggest challenges to Honeysuckle in Teahupoo winning at Gowran Park. I'm a big fan. Were you impressed?
Well, all you've been saying around the office this morning is Teahupoo. 5 wins from 6 now. I mean, Calixios didn't fire. Let's be honest.
Beat him 3 times this season.
Yeah, I know, but didn't fire on. You're right, didn't fire on the day. I know you backed at the weekend and whatever. So what's the market move on this?
10s from 16s.
Yeah, Champion Hurdle. We're just looking for something to make it a bit more exciting.
We are, yeah, and obviously Honeysuckle is there. Struggled to give her £7. She's clearly the one to beat, but the race for places is bang on.
It's certainly bang on, and Teahupoo was flagged up as a match 3 between Teahupoo and Quixios, and it wasn't a match, it was a procession. And Teahupoo's gone on to win it easy, and that's why it's suddenly cut for the Champion Hurdle. Maybe myself, I'm thinking more like a Tommy's Oscar rather than a Teahupoo, but it is a viable alternative or a viable rival now to Honeysuckle.
More so than Adagio?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
My goodness. What is that?
Adagio at the weekend, and I promise you this, I thought it was...
He's going to travel and win,
it was going, and I genuinely had to check if there was a jockey change. Thomas Goodemore is not a quiet jockey, is he?
No.
He looked like a Brian Hughes or a Dennis O'Regan or something. So I pulled up the Racing Post app and because he was cruising all over Goshen. And then either A, didn't find anything, or was being saved for a different day. But I think it's not been saved for a different day. Doesn't find.
There you are. He's got good form at Cheltenham, hasn't he? But was it the track? No.
No. I couldn't. You always say this to me. I couldn't have it with a free bet. I really couldn't.
There we are then.
You know, I was looking at in running as well, and the Saturday punters, and not your midweek punters, and you go, this is well odds on, and you're going, you know what's coming next, and this is against Goshen, who's a nutcase.
Definitely against Dadjo.
Just to say, we're definitely against Dadjo, by the way.
Yeah. You wouldn't get that, would you?
No. Right, back to Ascot. A romp in the ground was Does He Know? Now he's got options. He's got the handicap. Maybe the Ultimate will get the entries through for that this week, or the National Hunt Chase. He's 10s from 25s for the National Hunt Chase. Again, is he another one that might have left his race behind?
I don't know. He was very impressive, and we've been putting up jockeys this year that we think are really good. I think David Bass still, really underrated, thrown at the fences. For me, look really, really good. And I thought I was going to put this as a charity bet this week for Cheltenham. I'd probably try and make all at Cheltenham. If I was an armchair jockey, and I know people will go, this is wrong. He's not fluent at a few, and a couple of mates in my WhatsApp group were all against. Well, no, they were all against me. I'm making all, and they're like, he's not a great jumper. I was pretty impressed at the weekend.
The Reynoldston has thrown up Cheltenham Festival winners. That is the irony of this, because Does He Know was very impressive, but Does He Know beat 4-milers, in my opinion. Doyen Breed will be a 4-miler. The Lucinda Russell Corrock Rambler is a 4-miler.
Chuck Derrick Fox off. Didn't fancy that.
No. So if he was to run to his kind of hurdle form, which was very good going into his novice year, he was going to win like that, but there was these doubts. So Does He Know? I would stand back from it. It was impressive. It did what it had to do. There'll be others that I like in the National Hunt Chase and or the Ultima. Those are the sort of races where I'm going to find my heaven helpers.
Absolutely agree with that, Tans.
Right, let's move on to a couple of novice hurdles then. Yeah. I'm going to start with Joel, because I know you've been mentioning Skytastic to me. You know Sam Thomas. Yeah. 4 from 4. He had to battle. But he did battle, and he showed he's got a good attitude.
Well, 4 from 4, is it? A Newbury, Doncaster twice, Ascot as well. Yeah. Just looks great, and Sam really, really likes that horse. Again, with that good risk at all. You get two horses owned by the same owner. Where will that horse go? Because no one's telling me. Skytastic. You say Ballymore? Skytastic.
He's 25s. Cut to 25s for the Ballymore, but he's got the Albert Bartlett as an option. I suppose he's qualified for handicaps.
Yeah, I mean, would you just have a go? And Sam's the sort of person that would just have a go.
So the owner will have a go.
Yeah, have a go. You've got to do. You're 4 from 4. This is a massive step up in class, obviously. I think you're getting a price because even though Sam Thomas is having a great season, he's still Sam Thomas. He's still the rider of Denman, the tank.
Which is wrong.
It is wrong.
It is wrong now.
Yeah, he's starting to get a much better calibre of animal. Yeah. He's a great lad. He's a great talker as well. And you obviously must have worked with him on Channel 4.
Yeah, it was great.
And whatever.
He was superb.
And I think he's really good. And I think you're getting a really, really, really good price at 25 to 1. Let's have a go. I mean, what's top of the market? So go hard.
Still, 74, why not? And just a quick one, good risk at all as well. I mean,
oh my goodness me!
Is he going to have options?
Well, he'll win wherever he goes.
Just a great horse to own, isn't it?
Oh my goodness me! That was just embarrassing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you're hiding. You're looking at me. How fast is winning?
Yeah. If that wasn't the flat and that was Jamie Spencer, their forwards would have blown up. Just go and win the race, man.
And I want to mention Porticello as well. He's
Aintree
the shortest.
That'll win at Aintree.
Yeah, well. I think.
He had this really good horse that won at Aintree, Gary Moore before, but that has all the hallmarks of an Aintree winner. I know they'll probably have a go at Cheltenham, but he's an Aintree horse.
Great.
Yeah, I mean,
you hide up behind the runners at Aintree, and that's what Porticello needs to do. Yeah. He needs to hide and then sort of sit in the slipstream of something and kick on. You can't hide at Cheltenham because he'll be running flat out. He's lovely little horse.
Yeah, I know he said he's about one for the future. As well, Porticello. So that's what will happen at the weekend, because we'll get to the Novice Chases now. There's 3 of them, so look at them rattle through very quickly. We'll leave the National Lunch Chase for another day. Arkle, I know you're in the Blue Lord camp, weren't you, originally?
I've got Blue Lord, I think, at 6s and Edward Stone at 8, and that was...
You're happy then?
No, it was only because of a fluke with Fernie Hollow coming out, and that was the day before. Didn't hear anything of it. Edward Stone, I've been was so impressed with, and we talked about, going against Third Time Lucky, and everyone said it's a 2-horse race. Yeah. It was never going to be.
No.
It was never going to be. Edward Stone's really, really special, but I think Blue Lord as well is, if Warlord goes, I think it was like 50s or something like that.
That's
might
silly.
sneak a place, but I'm only value seeking for the. I think it's a 2-horse race, and that's really boring.
I'm good because Third Time Lucky doesn't look like he is going to go in.
I
don't understand that because he's already won twice at Cheltenham, and he was very impressive there. But
I don't think they know how to ride him.
Maybe.
I really don't. I really like Harry Skelton as a jock, but this horse, I just don't know what you do with him.
Tanya Arkle?
St Sam.
I know, you just mentioned him before, haven't you?
St Sam for me will win the Arkle. I was so pleased with how he ran in the Irish Arkle. Rachel Blackmore was on board. I don't know whether Rachel will ride, but obviously it won't be Paul Townend because Blue Lord will be Paul Townend. But the alternative is very good indeed aboard St Sam, and I like how it quietly ran into 3rd. For me, St Sam was always going to be a Cheltenham horse, and Leopardstown, everything happens too fast for St Sam at Leopardstown. He's already run very well at Cheltenham, previously over hurdle, so I'm a St Sam person.
There we are then. Willie Mullins got plenty of options in the Arkle. He's got the favourite, so we've got Bob Ollinger, the Irish, got the favourite, and the Turners as well. Odds on. We're both Lahon Press fans, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah,
Well,
visually,
it's a horse that's unusual for Venetia because it's like a showboat horse in the fact that
it's not grinding. It's not,
It's no, but it just gains ground. Yeah, it gains ground at every fence. It it never stops improving. It's a speed horse. If in fact, so long press, yes, but if it does run at a silly price, Captain Tom Cat, if it does run in the race.
Dr. Newell, is that Dr. Newell?
Yeah.
Diva Racing, not a massive price.
There's one there, again, it's not out of the box, it's a Mullins horse, and it's probably about 12 or 14 to 1. It's Jungle Boogie.
Yes, that's runs very well.
Yeah.
It's got some good form.
3 from 3, the bumper win. I mean, the second horse that he beat there by 3.5 lengths, Angels Dawn, I think it was. It hasn't won yet, but it's been placed quite a bit. Distance to the rest, maiden hurdle by 30 lengths at Punchestown, and then beginner's chase by 12 lengths. A little bit like a Sam Thomas thing. Just might as well have a go.
Yeah.
Have a go. It's going to cut right up.
And the Brown Advisory, which is the 3 miler, of course, the former RSA. We all want to know where Galloping Deschamps is going to go, so we're sitting on the fence with that. Brave Man's Game. Interesting route that he's taken, handicap comparisons to Denman. Of course, Ahoy Senor. Capadano is a horse that I like. I'm not sure where he's going to go.
4 last time.
Yes, it unshipped its rider. Got in a little bit tight. Generally, he's going to say...
I was going to say...
He made an horrendous error on his baby as well. His engine's good.
It's like a fridge.
Brown Advisory.
Either the Albert Bartlett winner from last year, Vanillier, but more so, I want to know where 3 under 5 is going to plant itself, because I've never seen a horse other than, more so than Edwardstone in finalists. Jump Warwick. like 3 under 5 did.
Would he be one for the 4 miler?
He might be, but if he doesn't, if he comes here, he just jumps and jumps and jumps. It just so economically, smoothly gains ground. 3 under 5.
Brave man's game. I think it's, especially with Nichols being out of form, and he was trying to say at the weekend that there's no problem again now. But it's the really good horses that are winning, and some of the ones that are just not involved at all. You've got to be really good to be winning now if you're a Paul Nichols horse. They will click back into form, we know that, and I don't think he'll have many runners at Cheltenham. They'll all go Aintree.
Interesting what he said today in his stable tour in the Racing Post about how with Brave Man's game, he's got many big races ahead of him. You don't want to bottom him out at this time at Cheltenham in the RSA, which can be such a hard race. He thinks he's going to be running in King George and Gold Cups for years to come as well.
Yeah, of course, but last year was next year's horse, and next year will be next year's horse.
Yeah.
And there's only so long you can say it's next year's horse.
Yeah,
and I'm quite surprised at Paul saying that, to be fair. I think it's a now horse, and we'll give Galopin de Champs a real test. And it will be a great spectacle, that as well.
It will be, yeah, certainly will be. So that's the Novice Chase scene dealt with. Right, charity bet time.
Come on
now.
then.
We've done these in 3 weeks. Right, this is Tanya decide who's got the best. Before she does that, we'll give you this week's entries first of all, and I'll let Joel take the stage. These are both winners from this weekend as well.
Tira, I'll go Hillcrest, and we're going for £100 win in the Albert Bartlett. 6-1 now, which I think is a little stingy, I'll be honest with you.
Well, Henry Daly said he could be the best horse he's ever trained, and bearing in mind Mighty Man.
Yeah, but you're underrated as well. I mean, look, we take the colours off that of the late September Heavings. We put Joel and Tanya's colours on there.
Yeah.
We triple the price.
Exactly.
And I thought I'd get a much better price with the jockey trainer combination.
You're quite correct.
That's correct. Somebody is looking, and you've heard of Mullins, Elliot. You're looking at Henry Daly
and Richard
Patrick. I'm just trying to point out the obvious there.
It'd have been shorter if it was Mullins Townend.
Yes.
Yeah, of course it would.
Yes. All right, mine's up there. We've already mentioned him here as well. I know Joel's going to laugh at it, but I honestly think Teahupoo is now the biggest challenger to Honeysuckle. To Honeysuckle. I don't expect it to be to give it £7. That's why I've gone each way. It is for charity. We are trying to raise some money for Jack Barrow. So shut up. Teahupoo for me, £50 each way at the 10-1. I think it'll be really hard to keep out of the frame. I don't like Appreciate on seasonal debut.
No.
Epitome was tipped up by Joel, so that's an extra £10 on her back. And it is quite a weak.
And Honeysuckle, what's Honeysuckle done?
I said beyond
next year's horse.
You never know. You never know. You never be afraid of one horse.
No,
definitely
not.
So right, we're going to put up on screen, Tanya, what we have picked so far. So there's Joel's Epitaph, Melon, and Vauban in the Triumph Hurdle. So that's his 3 he's put up so far.
It's a buffet.
I'm grimacing at Vauban. That's all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Go on. And these.
And here's mine: Champ for the Stays, Galvin for the Gold Cup, and Martello Sky for the Mares Hurdle.
The wrong mares, isn't it? Wrong horse for the mares.
Oh, was it? Go on then.
Wasn't it Heaven Help Us?
Heaven Help Us, of course. Probably going for the mares, yeah.
Probably.
He's still in profit from that one from last year. So.
No, there'll be others. Looking at those two, I wouldn't like either, really.
Right. So if you could buy one anti-post book.
I'll go with Matt.
Yeah. Mine's more a buffet. You'd expect him to have that, but mine's more, oh, come on.
Right, weekend roundup then. So we've been through the weekend, what we've seen so far. Best performance from the weekend, and would yours going to be Hillcrest, I guess? Yeah,
I was really impressed by Hillcrest. To be fair, Gowran as well, just because I don't know if it was idling or was battling.
He's beat the champion hurdle winner, hasn't he?
Yeah. Adagio, I mean, that's it. You've got to have a go then, haven't you?
You have got to have a go.
You've got to have a go.
Yeah.
You know,
he's been taken out, has he? He's not in it. He's been taken out.
Yeah, no, he probably knows very good.
No-go. So Hillcrest.
Hillcrest for me,
so much you did it, your charity bet.
Yeah, too, right? Yeah.
Best performance of the weekend?
Oh, good risk at all.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness me.
Can we win a few quid and buy that horse?
Oh, no, we can afford it.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was probably offered him at the start for about 10 grand. 10 grand to sign picture of Denman.
No, that and 2 for Gold were the best performances of the week, because 2 for Gold has shown itself up now to what a quality performer it is.
Did anybody tip that in the at the weekend?
Might have done, mate.
But good risk at all. Good, I just want to see where that goes next.
25-1?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you had it at one stage.
So did Ollie Bell.
That's it, yeah. So, brilliant stuff. So that's a review of the weekend, of course, on our latest Road to Cheltenham episode. Just 3 weeks to go until the tapes rise for the greatest show on turf, and that famous Roy's heard once again with the crowds back in at Presby Park. This weekend we're going to look ahead to, we've got Kempton to think about with the Adonis, the Dovecote as well, and a few other trials, the last few real trials for this year's Cheltenham Festival. Don't forget, we are number one no bet on all 28 races at the Cheltenham Festival. We will also have the entries for the handicaps. It really does start to take shape. Thanks to Tanya for joining us. Thanks to John again. He'll be here next week with some more interesting takes on the festival.
Patronising.
And hopefully we'll see you then.